everybody, welcome back to the farmhouse. I'm Missy and I write the blog ramblingrosefarmhouse.com, and today we are going to build a kitchen garden. So I should really say that my husband and my sons are going to build me a little kitchen garden right outside of my door, my back door, which is right outside my kitchen. It's going to be a kitchen garden, an herb garden. Our main garden is not very far from the house, but it's on the other side of the house. So if I'm in the middle of cooking something and I decide I need some green onions or I want to put some basil in it, I have to go out of the house and around the house to where the main garden is. So the chances of me doing that in the middle of cooking something are pretty slim. I have time. I can't just leave my food cooking and run out there. So I really love having a little garden right outside my door that I have my herbs in and a few other things that I like to plant there. Over the years, I've had a garden there, but right now I have a really small one that my husband made me a couple of years ago. And so I asked him if he would build me a larger one so that I had room to plant more things in there. So today we are going to build a raised bed garden to be a little herb garden, kitchen garden right outside my kitchen door. Here they've started putting the bed together. They're just using some lumber that we already had on hand, and they pre-cut it, and now they are using some screws to screw it all together. And this is not where it's going to be. When they get it screwed together, they're going to move it in place.
It's an herb garden. Can I remove this now?
This is my old herb garden that was there. We had made it in just a plastic feed tub that we had cut the bottom out of, and it served me well for a couple of years, but I was ready for a bigger herb garden in this area. So he's just placing the one they made right over the top of this one, and so it will just take the old one into the new one and just have a bigger one there. Now they are putting these stalks down into the ground to stabilize the garden and keep it in place, and then they will screw the boards to the stalks, which will make it all just a lot more stable and permanent in the area where it is. There it is, all in place. And I went ahead and told my husband just to go ahead and get all of the herbs that were still in that little bed out, and I'll just start over fresh because it really had become very overgrown with a few things, oregano and some things that I just couldn't get under control. Now we also had some dirt already, and so they are just filling the new bed up with the dirt, and it is almost finished. There it is. We went ahead and covered it with some black weed block fabric just to make it easier to keep the weeds out of it, and here I am trying to place where I'm going to plant my plants. So here's the finished product of my little kitchen garden, and I am really excited about the way it turned out. We went ahead and put pine straw over the black weed blocker that we had put on here, and I added a few more plants to it, and the only thing I have left that I want to add is I want to add some green onions, but I'm going to wait until the fall to do that because right now it's really too hot here. Plants are already starting to die and not do real well. So, but I'm going to show you what I have planted in here. And this is literally just steps outside of my back door. So it makes it so easy for me to be able to come out here and pick some basil or pick some rosemary when I'm in the middle of cooking something, which I would not be able to do if I had to go all the way to the big garden. But let me show you what I have planted. So on this side, I planted some zinnias, and they're not looking too great. I think it's because it's so hot. But I hope that they will go ahead and get big enough that I can bring them inside and have some cut flowers. That plant right there is also a flower. That is a Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate, which is a very old type flower. And then I have basil, and you're probably going to see a little bit of a trend going here, but this is a chocolate cherry tomato. And then I have another basil. This is Black Prince. Let me see if I can fix it here. I've never had a Black Prince tomato before, but I know it's one of the dark tomatoes, and they're the ones that I really love. They're my favorite. So when I saw it, I went ahead and grabbed one. I have another basil here, and it looks like something is making a meal off of this basil, so I may have to figure out what that is. And then here I have another chocolate cherry tomato, and here I have a chocolate bell pepper. So do you see a trend there? Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. And there's another basil here. I have 4 basil plants, and I hope to have enough basil to make pesto to put in my freezer. This is another Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate. And then I have a little rosemary there, a big rosemary that my daughter gave me for Mother's Day, some lemon thyme, and some sage. I really like the way it turned out. And I am putting a printable on my blog for you that you can get all of the instructions and the dimensions and everything of exactly how to build a bed just like this. So go over to RamblingRoseFarmhouse.com and you can grab that. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the process of how we built the little kitchen garden, herb garden. If you did like this video, please subscribe to my channel and visit me over at RamblingRoseFarmhouse.com. You can also find me on Facebook and on Instagram at Rambling Rose Farmhouse. I'm glad to have you joining me here today, and I hope to have you back again.